Hey guys, Jayla here, back with Pecan Homestead. I am currently sitting at the vet getting ready to pick up our cows. He called me last night and he said that he was able to breed Jemima the Dexter and HB the Angus or Angus Cross, whatever she is. And so Annie did not ever cycle that I know of as far as last night, unless she cycled this morning. She didn't cycle. So he said he's going to keep the sticker on, which basically they put a scratch off sticker on the back of their tail or their back end somewhere, and then as the other cows, when they go into heat, other cows will ride them, females or males. They'll both ride onto the cow, and when they're riding each other like that, it ends up scratching off that little scratch off and turns hot pink when it's fully revealed and scratched off, and that's when you know they're in standing heat. So we are going to keep a very close eye on that at the farm, and as soon as she's in standing heat, then we will bring her back. But that's how that works. And hopefully, I didn't even ask him if I could video because of this week. It's been so hectic, and I'll get back on that. We'll do it's gonna be a long video explaining everything. But I do want to talk some more about that. We've discovered a lot since this last video with Mammoth, taking him to get his necropsy done. And so there's a lot there that we have to talk about. And so we'll get to that later. I don't want to ramble on too much here. I'm about to pick them up, and so hopefully when Annie goes back in heat, we can actually do a video on that and the whole process there. So I have been waiting here in line for quite some time, and as soon as we get backed up, then we'll head home. And I've got a lot of things to do around the farm. Dakota took Levi out on that survival trip, so you should see that video here pretty soon. And we appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and we'll see you back here in a bit. Alright, you guys, my front tires are bad on that Armada. We need to get new ones, but we rarely drive it, and so that was scary. Dakota took the truck, so that was fun. Alright, let's get you turned around and we'll let these girls out. Okay, we'll let them out. I'm gonna try, actually I think I could just show you up here. You can see that Annie has that pink tag. That is the tag I was talking about. So when those females start riding her, then we'll know that she is ready to be bred. Blackjack, I told you I'd bring them back. So they've now been at the vet Tuesday. They've now been at the vet for 4 days. There we go. Atta girls. Go Blackjack, there's your friends. Blackjack's starting to bag up a little bit. Panda still ain't had her kid. She's swelled up and she has had lots of discharge, but we do not have a kid yet. We're coming up calf yet. You'll tell I've been through kidding season lately. Okay. So we are going to mark that down 9 months from today, or yesterday, and we will know the exact date and have that marked down. That's awesome. Oh no. Oh no, this llama's trying to breed my goat. I gotta run. Okay guys, I finally got a break. Got the llama out of there. That was insane. And now I'm in the goat pen. Let me back up a little bit and explain. Alright guys, so I don't even remember what I said in the video of Mammoth, but we lost him. I took him in for necropsy. The next day they actually sent me back his preliminary report, and a lot of dehydration on his body, which I knew. You know, I had given him a ton of fluids that day, 1.5 gallons, I believe, or close to it. And so I thought, you know, we were doing good there, but it was just, he must have not been drinking water the past couple days. We weren't sure. I kept trying to keep eyes on him, but and Dakota did give him some fluids just in case, but we kind of messed up there and should have been giving him more fluids. And then the rest of the port was just on his overall body condition and all the colorings and different nodes they seen or did not see, and things like that, and mostly all on his gut. And so we'll get the full report back in about 2 weeks, which will also go to my vet, and then he can read it and explain that further to us and ultimately give us the reason why he died. I now know the reason why he had diarrhea. The reason that we lost him, I don't know though. I don't know if we screwed up, if it was because of the dehydration, if we gave him too many things at once, not enough at once, or, you know, that's something that I want to know, because we're in a panic stage. We're trying our hardest, you know, we took the vet's advice, but we're also just doing everything we thought was good for him to save him, and we failed, and we're trying to learn from that. I'm enrolled in a online goat school right now, and I was behind, and so I'm trying to get caught up due to everything going on. And so I'm hoping I can learn from that. We're doing the necropsy so we can figure that out. I'm working with our vet, and then also I'm planning on going to visit a few bigger goat farmers so we can go talk to them about biosecurity and just their overall routine care and maintenance and stuff like that. We want to learn, like, well, let me back up again because I'm getting ahead of myself. So after Mammoth died, the next day I had noticed Darla had a little bit of diarrhea the day he died. The next day I went out to check on her, and she had a lot more diarrhea. So I knew it wasn't anything from birth or anything she had eaten. I immediately treated her, and then our sweet Eleanor, which is, everybody knows Eleanor, she was also having diarrhea. She looked worse off than Darla. So I immediately treated both of them, and then so anyway, Eleanor, I checked her for FAMACHA, and it was really poor, and so I immediately treated her for anemia as well, and then we gave her a good heavy dose of albendazole, and I have been giving her fluids. As soon as I got his report back, I immediately freaked out and started giving her fluids several times a day, anywhere from a pint to 2 quarts at a time. In the morning I'll do electrolytes, but I try to space out 2 pints at a time every 2 hours, to where I can get at least 1 to 2 gallons in per day. It's not overly hot, and so, you know, that's pretty sufficient, I think. I've been checking her skin. I was told that you can't really rely on the peach test on their skin, but when I do it up on her face, I can really tell. And yesterday she was very dehydrated, even after all the fluids. Today her skin is much better. She is eating. I turned all the goats out on the pasture, and she is eating wheat, and I did see her eat some hay yesterday, so that's good. But I forgot. I backed up, and now I'm getting ahead again. So after they got sick, I called my vet. It was late in the afternoon after I got home from dropping off Mammoth to the OSU diagnostic lab, and when I got home and realized that they were both sick and they both weren't doing good, I called the vet and I said, "Hey, what do you have a C?" I thought maybe it was overeating disease because they had possibly eaten some moldy hay. We tried to get rid of that, and they could have gotten a little bit of it. So I asked, I'm just guessing here. I didn't know if the C&D perforates, I think is what it's called. I didn't know if they were having overeating disease, and I asked if he had an antitoxin, and he said they don't have them, and so I asked for a fecal. Well, then just to rule out coccidia and parasites, which if I back up to Mammoth, I had taken his stool in, but they didn't actually run it under the microscope. They just visually looked at it, and they gave me some more pills to give him. We were trying to give him the goat soup, down goat soup. I was giving him this scour stop stuff. It's a blend of ingredients. It's all from the goat emergency team, and I just think I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to go there until we get the necropsy back, the report. So anyway, I did take in more of the stool sample once I noticed that they weren't doing good, and when I got there, he said it was full of coccidia. So we were correct in thinking that it was coccidia with Mammoth, but I don't think, anyway, I'm gonna go back to we're gonna wait for the report, but I don't think we actually dosed him high enough on the first day, and it just progressively got worse. We didn't realize there's a lot of things that we could have done, and we didn't know, and now we do know, and now we're really grinding hard on Eleanor and Darla, and really watching them very closely. And I've treated all the nannies that were in this pen, which although Mammoth was out on the pasture when this happened, I haven't treated all the girls. I probably should, but there's altogether we have 32 or 33 goats right now. It's really hard to get all of them. I'm keeping a very close watch on them, checking them several times daily as I take care of Eleanor. Darla's doing great. She's eating on her own, but as I take care of Eleanor, I'm checking them for diarrhea constantly. We treated all the babies and everything. So that's where we're at right now. It's been extremely hectic, and I was really down. Like, I was really upset. I just wanted, in the moment, I just want to quit and walk away and not look back at the farm anymore. Just in the moment, not really. I love my animals. I love having the goats and everything, but it was stressful, and that's the way I felt. And I'm trying to figure out, are we in the right direction? Are we just being stupid? Like, what is going on? And Levi said maybe we're trying too hard with the registered goats, and I kind of think Dakota and I talked about it, and I think that we're probably gonna not go the registered direction anymore. It didn't work with dogs. I have a strong opinion on it. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I'm not a big fan of registries anyway. I don't really know why we were trying to do that, but I think overall that we're going to stay away from the registries. We're going to stay away from registered goats and just breed for the body type that we like, the production type that we like, and go from there and keep our costs low instead of trying to get into all this craziness. And so to make things just so much better, I thought, well, we have the baby that looks just like Mammoth. We'll keep him. We can keep him, we can breed him, and then we'll keep Missy's son, and we'll breed that one back to Eleanor, and then we'll go from there. So I'm treating Eleanor. The boys had homeschool group, so we had to leave, and I came out. I had already given Eleanor some water. I came back out an hour to hour and a half later to give her more water, and her baby was gone. Vanished. I mean, just completely nowhere to be found. No body, no body parts, no blood, no hair, nothing. I mean, completely vanished. I looked everywhere. She was standing there. He was trying to nurse on her when I left, and then Levi actually came out to feed pigs, and he said he saw him about 20, maybe 30 minutes after I came back in. So somewhere in that half hour, this baby vanished. And it was sprinkling. It was cold. I was trying to get all the goats back in the pen. I had closed it off because I didn't want them in here with all this coccidia, where the host main part of it is. So I was working on that, and I was looking for the baby. When I tell you I looked everywhere. I looked up in the trees. I looked on top of the roof. I looked all the way down the entire fence line on the whole property. I checked the dog yard in case he got in there and the dogs got after him. I checked the pigs. The pigs are pretty friendly with him, but he was standing near the pig pen last I seen. And I didn't see any body parts. I know they can eat fast, but I didn't see any sign of goat. No bones, nothing. I checked in, we have a little tiny culvert in the back part of our pasture. I checked there. I checked all around the hay feeder. I kicked around. I checked behind our shooting berm. I checked down by the pond. I literally checked the entire pasture twice. And Dakota came home, helped me check. I checked all in our front yard because he's been up there a couple times. He'll come sneak up there with the bottle babies, and he's gone. So my suspicion is that it's a hawk. The neighbor's dog that we had trouble with early in the season is gone. I don't know if the neighbors took care of that or if the other neighbors took care of it if it was after its sheep again. So it's gone. I'm happy about that. Don't know how, but it's gone. So I don't think it was the neighbor's dog. It wasn't our dogs. They're real good about not touching dead animals or any of the animals, live, anything. So it was weird. I really believe that it was some type of hawk or bird flying in and swooped it up, because we had one go missing 2 years ago. If you guys remember, if you've been following us that long, one of June or Ethel's twins completely vanished too. No sign, couldn't find a body, no fur, nothing. It was completely gone. And then yesterday when I came out here and I was giving Eleanor water, a big old bird come flying over and circling right where the baby was last. So, usually Fisher's really good about keeping birds away, but I'm pretty sure he was sleeping on the job up in the front yard. So, that was really disappointing. And then I got my spirits were lifted when I thought about keeping him, and then they just dumped again. And I was so frustrated. I'm stressed out. And then, on top of a mammoth dying the same day, I got the results back for mycoplasma, and it is positive. So, it's just like one thing after another. It's been barreling down. But I'm the kind of positive person, and I like to look at the bright side of things, because it is really depressing. It's hard to deal with, and but we have 7 healthy babies right now. They're all doing good. June is still bred, and I think the big red goat is still bred, so hopefully we'll get a couple more babies. Oh, and we lost Irene's twins too. They passed away the next 2 days after Mammoth as well. So, it's just been really rough. It has been absolutely dreadful around here. And looking back now to even the calf that we lost, I'm thinking that this has all been coccidia. We've had it with the puppies before years ago, but we hadn't had any issues, and we weren't thinking of doing a prevention plan. And now that we know, that's going to be something huge that we incorporate. And we were giving diatomaceous earth, which is somewhat of a preventative, but we're gonna have to work on that in our program and really ramp that up. Years ago when our puppies had it and I studied up on it and stuff, ammonia was the only thing that I know of that kills coccidia. I think diatomaceous earth and lime is supposed to, it can kill it, but it's more of a preventative. I don't think it's strong. Like ammonia kills it dead on spot, within a few minutes it's gone. It's gone. And then there's bleach is good for mycoplasma, parvo. there's bleach is good for other things, but ammonia is what you want to use on coccidia. So I am trying to get all these girls treated. I've got to go get another pump-up sprayer, and I want to spray down the entire corral, front to back, everywhere, rake it out, respray it again, and hit this really, 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 really hard. I think we've got the diarrhea stopped in the girls that I did notice diarrhea in, so that's good. They're progressively doing better, so I think we have it under control. It's, you know, and I feel so stupid because my dad had mentioned after we lost the first few babies that it could be coccidia, but I didn't think so because I didn't see diarrhea, and I know what it looks like in puppies. And I should have listened. I should have just taken a stool sample in just for the heck of it. And you know, it's different in a goat than it is a dog. And so you know, thinking back to the animals that we've lost, I'm thinking that it was all due to coccidia, and we could have, you know, if we would have had a preventative program going, that we probably could have fixed it. But it all started right after we got that snow, and it was soggy and wet. I thought coccidia came from chickens, but it comes from the soil being moist. Chickens can carry it if they have it. They're, you know, they're pooping constantly, so they're also out in the pen, and that does not help things either. But like I mentioned earlier, Levi and Dakota are out on their little trip, so when they get back, I'm gonna have Dakota weld up some posts, or maybe I will, all the way around our chicken pen, and then I'm going to put up chicken wire so it's 2 foot taller. It'll be 6 foot tall. I clipped almost all their wings today. There's a few more I need to catch. And then we'll do a good heavy deworming. We will, they're all actually super healthy right now. They're all eating really well. And we're going to get them plumped up, healthy as can be. Make sure they're completely free and clear of any parasites. And then we'll start butchering them until they're all gone. We'll start with the roosters that, you know, are mostly out in the pasture that we don't have any kind of attachment to, and then we'll slowly move in and get all the roosters done first, because we are getting eggs, and if you have mycoplasma, eggs and the meat is safe to eat. It's just the reason that I'm choosing to cull is because I want to sell hatching eggs, and I want to sell eating eggs, but I'm afraid that someone may try to hatch them out and end up getting the mycoplasma. It passes on to their chicks, and then they're carriers of it until they actually contract it, and it spreads. It's a nasty disease. I don't want to spread around. I can actually spread it by not taking cleanly precautions, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to anybody else. I don't want anybody else getting this. I want to get rid of it. So that's my choice. None of the birds are going to waste. I don't want to say that. Some might go to waste. Not even that. If they have parasites or something, well, we'll maybe feed it to the dogs and then treat them for parasites, but we do plan on putting them all in the freezer, so, you know, their life wasn't just completely wasted. All the hens that are laying, or keep them for eggs, so, and another thing is, on top of not wanting to spread it, we do plan on moving this year. I think we're going to hold off on moving until the fall. It's just been so chaotic, so stressful. There's so many things that I want to get done, and I can't decide whether to start them or to wait, like our garden. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to plant all in tubs, and then I'm going to take the tubs with me with the plants in them, but let's be real, that ain't going to happen. That's too much. So we're just going to go along like we're staying here till the fall. If God has other plans in store, then we'll move, and we'll just take it as it is, and it'll be fine. But right now, I think I'm just going to feel a lot more comfortable staying here. And with that being said, next weekend, I hope, that's my plan. Dakota, depends on what Dakota's got in mind, but we're going to cross fence our property. It is absolutely necessity in keeping your herd healthy. the goat suggested moving the vet suggested moving the goats to a different pasture, and I'm like, well, I don't have another place with sheep and goat fencing, but so we are gonna cross fence. We've been talking about it for a long time, but then we kind of put it off due to us wanting to move. But I think we are going to go ahead and go through with it. It'll be great for the new owners anyway, if and when we do decide to get out of here. And that'll really help us right now. It'll keep the goats off when we're trying to go to the pasture. We can keep the pigs out of the way. They're all in my garden right now, so I need them moved. And another thing that we're going to do is put concrete under the gate. Because while Otter and Fisher do a really good job of staying on top of predators and keeping things cleared out of the goat, away from the goats, they do slip up sometimes. They sleep around up in the front yard. They like to protect us as well. And that's just, I feel like if they would have been out in the pasture, we would have lost that little kid. And so that's kind of frustrating. And I want them to stay out here more. Fisher's usually pretty good about staying in the pasture, but lately he's been up in the yard a lot more. And I don't like that at all. I love the dogs, but I really need them to be out here. It's a lot better. So we're also going to concrete under the gate. That will keep them from digging underneath, or the goats digging underneath, and stuff like that. So, alright, that was a ton of information. You are amazing if you stuck to the end of this video. I know that was a lot of talking, but there's just been so much going on. I haven't been posting on Facebook a lot, and that is why it has been super hectic. And so we're trying to push through it. Trying to stay positive, because if you let it hurt you too much, it's just a nightmare. So you gotta take the good out of it. You gotta keep on pushing forward, and learn from what you did wrong and what happened and all that. So that's where we're at right now. We have the Okie homesteading coming up in 3 weeks. They just did an announcement showing us as demonstrators there. So we will have a welding booth to teach you how to weld. If you stop by, you'll be able to come just, make several tacks or however long. If it's busy, you can stay in there for a long time. If not, you'll be able to learn how to weld. Just do a basic weld, just basic beads and stuff, how to tack, all that. And we're going to try to have some kits together for both adults and children. We'll have waivers for the kids to come, and they can try welding too. Levi's going to have a ton of his projects there. He's welded up a bunch of stuff, and he's got a lot of that ready, which I may actually post on our Facebook beforehand and see if anybody's interested, or kind of give you an idea. But he's got a lot of cool stuff. And then we'll also have some t-shirts there, just not a whole lot, because I've done screwed up and bought a bunch of t-shirts and didn't sell them at all before. So I'm going to have a few t-shirts, but it should be good. Joel Slatton will be there, and Restoration Farms, Jill Wagner. I'm drawing a total blank. All the best channels out there are going to be there, so you guys need to make sure you can come. If I know a lot of people are talking about there only being 2-day tickets. There are several channels doing giveaways, y'all. Farm to Table Direct Show already did one. I think Leonard Mountain Homestead might be doing one. And we are actually going to be doing a giveaway here in, I don't know, we need to do it soon because it's only 3 weeks away. So probably in another week we'll do a giveaway. And hopefully you guys can get tickets to come see us and see the rest of the place. It's a really fun experience, and there's a lot to learn. So you don't want to miss it if you're local, or if you feel like driving in. There was people from many states across the country last year. It was really cool to meet so many different people and homesteaders and YouTubers. So anyway, I'm going to quit blabbing here. We're going to run to town and get some more diesel so we can run the tractor. We got some more projects we got to do, and get the dogs fed, and run to town and get some groceries. So I really appreciate you guys watching, especially if you made it this far. I know this video is very long, but I had to explain everything, and and where we've been and what's been going on and why I believe all our goats were having issues from the get-go. So that is that. Leave your positive comments below, because if you leave a negative one, it's just gonna get ignored anyway. And don't forget to like the video, hit the bell if you'd like to notifications, and we will see you guys on the next video.